There are a couple ways that you could play the blues. There's the traditional way in which you just use the minor pentatonic scale throughout the chords. Sounds great. Or there is the puzzle way, which is a much better way. And today we're going to learn how to crack the blues puzzle. Hello, my name is David. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This channel is all about helping you unlock your musical personality on the guitar so that you can tell a better musical story. Today's concept is something a little different. It has to do with the approach and the intent of what you are playing. Now, if you would like to study this in a way that is a little deeper than what's going on in YouTube, I'd like to invite you to check out this free workshop right here. This is an on-demand workshop, which means that you can watch it anytime you'd like. It's completely free, and we're gonna go more in depth with the concepts. But before you sign up to this, why don't you watch this video, see what it's about, and if you like it, well, sign up to the workshop. Okay, I'm talking about the puzzle approach. Here's what's going on. Typically, when we're playing over a blues is made of typically 3 chords. In this case, I'm going to use a backing track in A. So we have 3 chords. We have an A7 chord here, then we're going to have a D7 chord here, then we'll go back to the A7 and so forth. And where's my pick? Okay. All right, so one of the approaches is to use the minor pentatonic scale throughout. It's gonna work fine. Most of us do that, and there's really nothing wrong with that. It sounds great. Problem with that is that you're gonna tend to do what I just did here, which is kind of forget that you're playing the blues and just kind of like enjoy the process and go on and on and on and on. And at some point, you kind of disconnect your mind because you're playing licks that you've played forever. You know that they're gonna work. You enjoy the process, but there's something missing. What I suggest is a better way is to look at each chord that you're playing over as a piece of a puzzle and really isolate these pieces. Look at these pieces for what they are instead of looking at them as just a passing thing within the context of the chord progression, in this case, that blues. Really study these pieces. So let's take a look at the first piece. This is my first piece, the first chord that we hear. This is an A7. I'm playing in this position. I could use any position, really. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to use it right here in that zone of the fretboard. That piece of the puzzle is made of 6 notes. Frets 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, and 5. All right, over that piece, what could I play? Well, I could play any note from the puzzle itself. So any of these 6 notes is going to work, but I could also play any note from my minor pentatonic scale. Now, if I look at my minor pentatonic scale and I superimpose on top of it my puzzle piece, I will see that some notes will clash. In this case, the major third of my chord will clash with the minor third of my minor pentatonic scale. And in music, that's a big no. You are absolutely not allowed to play a minor third over a major third. I'm just kidding. Of course you're allowed to do that, and that's what creates tension. In this case, the blues is built on that tension. That clash of major third and minor third together creates that beautiful, forbidden tension, which really makes things blues. So if I play that minor third over this first chord, very tensed. It's okay, because that tension is, first of all, not accentuated when you're playing, because when you're playing, you're not just playing that note, you're playing some phrases. And that tension, again, like I said, is what creates the blues. Okay, so back to our puzzle piece here. We have two items we can use to create phrases. We have the puzzle piece itself, frets 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, and the 5 notes of a minor pentatonic scale. So that creates kind of a hybrid type of scale, but we're not going to approach it like a scale. We're going to approach it like a I'll just say layers. So we've got 2 layers that we can use. We've got the puzzle piece and the minor pentatonic scale. Great. So at this point, we're going to just focus on this piece of the puzzle. We're not going to look at the other chords, just that piece of the puzzle. So the goal here is to create some phrases that will use these 2 different elements together. Let's give it a try. Maybe I'll start with the minor pentatonic scale. And then I'll use some pieces of that puzzle. All right. That creates some phrases that are really targeted towards my puzzle piece, as opposed to just phrasing with the minor pentatonic scale. Because if I play the minor pentatonic scale over the track, that's fine. It works great. But what if I take the track out? You have no clue what I'm playing over, and this, if I just play that to you, you'd be really bored. Now, if I take the puzzle approach over each of the puzzle pieces, you will know what I am suggesting, and just me without the track is going to sound a lot more musical. That's a good test, right? If you can approach this as puzzle pieces, highlighting the notes of the chords, it's going to be a lot more musical. Now, if I take that puzzle approach, where I'm taking each piece of the puzzle one by one, highlighting what makes that puzzle piece what it is, it sounds a lot more musical. As opposed to just pentatonic scale throughout. That doesn't mean that you can't use the minor pentatonic scale, but blending that with a puzzle approach not only sounds more melodic, but also you feel more engaged with the process mentally. And that connection, mental playing, music that you're hearing, will have an impact on not only you, but the listener too. I really encourage you to sign up to this free on-demand workshop. We're gonna go in depth on this concept. It comes with backing tracks, charts, it's free. Check this out, I'll meet you right there. This will do wonders for your playing. Thanks for watching this. Practice well.